Hey folks, this is just a detailed view of the Bosch lithium iron 18 volt cordless drill, model number HDS183. So I'm just gonna do a close-up and detailed look of the entire drill. I know this is the newer model that just came out. It actually replaced the old model, which I think is HDS182. That model have a kind of plain grip, and that's what most people are complaining about. And the new model is also slightly more compact than the previous model. Of course, it features a really nice rubber texture grip. And it still uses the same EC brushless motor, which extends battery life and also extends the motor life as well. So I'm just gonna go around the drill and give you guys a detailed view so you know what this tool exactly looks like. It have a all metal chuck, 3-prong. Try to find what's the like that. On the chuck itself, it also have a few gripping areas. So if you're actually using the Bosch drill bits, especially the concrete drill bits, it actually pairs nicely with this little grip. But of course, you don't have to use their drill bits, and it's compatible with all the drill bits that's available. This area and this area is plastic. So compare it to some other models of the hammer drill, maybe that's a little bit more durable and heavy duty, and also much heavier. Those areas on some other models are actually made of metal, or even on Bosch's own hammer drill that's more heavy duty, those areas are made of metal. And this is the collar to adjust the torque for when you are in screwdriver mode. As you can see, it have 3 modes. Pretty common in most hammer drills available. It have a hammer mode. In the middle is the regular drill mode for drilling wood and metal, and on the left is the screwdriver mode. And I think the torque setting applies to screwdriver and the drill. I'm not entirely sure, so don't take my word on it. And of course, over here, the big knob is to adjust the low and high speed. So if it's in low speed, which is I think speed setting number 2, it spins slower. I think it's 0 to 600 or something like that. And if you're in 1, it's a fast drilling mode. So it spins much faster when you fully press the trigger. Also, the trigger is variable speed, which basically means that it has a few different speed settings as you press it. So I think it have around 9 to 10 speed actually. It's not a like kind of a smooth transition, because every time you press it have it like it's like a step transition to a different speed. And the one thing I really like about this drill is that it doesn't have a venting hole on the back, and that is important because a lot of times some drills, when they're designed, they have venting holes like on the back area, and when I do a lot of drilling work, I like to press my hand on the grip and then push it. So on some other drills, like it's either hot air coming out or you're blocking the ventilation. And on this one, it's nicely designed so that most airs come out from the side, or all the airs comes out from the side, which I really like, because that way it's not interference with like your hand gripping, especially if you need to do this. Because this is a lighter duty hammer drill, it doesn't have a extra side grip, so most of the time, if you need to apply pressure, you'll be just doing this. And this model, compared to the previous one, HDS182, it added a kind of important safety feature. That is the kickback control. So if the drill gets stuck, you know, if you used drill before, it have a tendency to twist your arms like quite a lot, especially if it's a high torque drill. And with kickback control, when it detects the motion, acceleration of the drill that's twisting, it would stop instantly. So that reduces your injury potentials quite a lot. So that's what I like about the model HDS183, which is this newer model. Another thing I really like about this drill compared to some other drills is the LED is actually mounted on the bottom area. That I like a lot because if you saw my previous video, I did a unboxing of the Makita. I think the model is VPH or XPH 102. That hammer drill have the LED mounted right below the like right over here. When that LED lights up, it's actually kind of hard to see the actual drilling area that you are doing because a lot of times it gets blocked by the shadow of the chuck. So with the LED mounted on the bottom, when it shines up a really nice wide area so you can clearly see where you're drilling, and of course the surrounding area as well. So that is something that I really like about the Bosch over some other models. And this one comes with a Bosch Slim Pack 18V 2.0 amp hour lithium ion battery. It actually comes as a kit usually. So the kit have a Bosch charger, model number BC660. This one charges this battery in about an hour. Bosch also have a newer improved model of the quick charger, model number BC1880, and that one charges this battery in less than 30 minutes. I think about 15 to 20 minutes to charge a 2.0 amp hour battery. So keep that in mind. And this one, I mean, it's plenty useful because the battery itself actually lasts quite a long time, even for a slim pack. So you can also pair this with 3.0 amp hour and 4.0, even 6.5 amp hour battery. But that actually defies the purpose of getting a slim pack with a compact hammer drill, because you want the drill to be really light during use. So I think with a smaller pack and multiple batteries, it's actually the best option to go with this drill. It's extremely well balanced and it feels great in the hand, especially the rubber grip. It just feels very, very comfortable. And the trigger is of course very easy to reach, and it's very smooth. There's no jagged areas. So the charger's aside, later on I'll tell you guys how to actually get this whole set for much cheaper than their retail price, because I bought this for around $130. And if you go look for the retail version of the HDS183, it comes with 2 packs of the 2.0 amp hour battery and 1 BC660 charger. And this one retails for $200 plus tax at most retailers, and I got it for around $130. So I'll tell you guys how later on at the end. I think you'll be happy, especially if you're looking for getting a brushless motor drill, which usually sells for much more expensive because they are longer lasting. And again, it's a brushless motor. There's no contact point inside the motor compared to a brushed motor. The brushed motor uses 2 carbon brushes to get in contact with the motor to provide electricity, and this one is brushless. It uses magnetic field to engage the motor in an entirely different way. And as you can see, the kit comes with a drill bit holder and 4 drill bits. It actually also comes with a belt hook, which is supposed to be mounted here, but I don't put it on my belt, so I took the belt hook off. That is an option. And I see there's a little hook here. I think it's supposed to be used to be mounting it onto something, but I'm not entirely sure. But there's a hook for you to use. Let's see what else we want to talk about. Okay, another thing I really like. Some other drills, this area is fixed. It doesn't rotate around. But on the Bosch, this front collar is actually entirely free moving. So say if you're at a tight area and you need to do this, a lot of times if you press, let's see, turn the power on. Like if you press with a fixed collar, when you press, the drill tends to twist or like going sideways. But with this design, with a free floating collar, it doesn't move around. And it also doesn't make like nasty, ugly marks on some other models that you see that doesn't have a freely moving collar. So I think this feature is really useful, especially for smaller, tighter space and areas, or when the drilling area is close to the edge of something that might block the chuck. So that's really something also very useful. Forgot to mention it's of course reversible, and it have a middle stop. So if you're in the middle, you lock the grip, and if you're at this area, I mean on this side you press, it's of course clockwise, and that side is counterclockwise. So quite handy drill. I think I'm gonna be using it quite a lot around the house, and I did some quick tests when drilling through woods and stuff, and drilled through like butter. I haven't tested on the concrete because I have a rotary hammer drill for concrete stuff, so I haven't tested, but it's nice to have a hammer drill option just in case sometimes you may need it to drill some small holes on the concrete. For any bigger projects or like chiseling through concrete, you don't want to use a hammer drill. You want to use a rotary hammer drill because this thing just couldn't handle that kind of bigger projects. Okay, keep that in mind. The Cool Pack Slim Pack battery, it actually have some exposed cell areas. Supposedly that's to help with the heat transfer during charge and during use, because I noticed on my previous hammer drill, the Makita, that battery actually gets quite hot. So hopefully this one would improve upon that a little bit, but we'll see. And in terms of the charger, just give you a detailed quick view of the charger. It have a very simple LED light. I remember the Makita drill I have, the charger have like a whole bunch of light flashing around. That looks quite fancy, but this is very simple. So if you put the battery in and it's charging, it's flashing, and when the battery is charged, or if the temperature is too high, it goes into the protection circuitry, it lights up green. Usually that wouldn't happen because for this is not a quick charger, so that during the entire time it charges, it actually stayed quite cool. There's not in a single point that battery gets extremely hot. It's just warm. So that's also very nice. And this is the back view of the battery. You press this and this little thing goes down, and you can put it in either the charger or your hammer drill and other tools. And also keep in mind that this battery pack can be used with a lot other tools that Bosch offers. It's pretty much a universal battery. Of course, you can get different ratings of the battery, like the Fat Pack, which have a lot more juice than the 2.0 amp hour for like some extremely heavy duty, like saw, maybe circular saws, and some other saws that's available. Those draws a lot of power, but for the drill, a compact drill, the 2.0 amp hour is actually just perfect. It's very light, very compact. I measured it on my scale, and it weighs 3 pounds and 6 ounces, plus the bits maybe 3 pounds and 7 ounces. It's extremely light and compact. And also, if you notice, because it's called a compact hammer drill, it's actually very compact in terms of length, and the width, yes, quite small profile. So it's very useful for like tight areas, small areas, or like jobs that have limited space. So that should conclude this quick detailed view or quick review of the Bosch lithium iron 18V DC brushless motor hammer drill, and the model number is HDS183. And remember I mentioned before, I got this drill, the entire drill, plus 2 batteries, plus a charger for around $135. And how I got that is because I actually went to eBay, did a quick search around, and I actually found quite a few sellers that's selling this drill for much less money than what the manufacturer or the retailer is asking. So basically, I found this drill, I think, for about $80. And I found this battery pack plus 2 batteries for around, I think, $50, actually $52. So in total, I spent $132, and I got 2 drills shipped to me for free. Of course, I paid for the drill as a free shipping. I'll actually post a link below if you guys are actually also looking for this model. I think it's a no-brainer to get the drill for much cheaper. And Bosch comes with a 1-year limited warranty compared to some other manufacturers which have like 3 to 5 years. But from my understanding or from my knowledge, that Bosch tools rarely breaks. So if you do get the drill and it breaks within the 30 days, of course, you can go back to your seller and get things sorted out with your seller. But usually if the tool doesn't break at the first use, it shouldn't break unless you abuse it or anything like that. But that's just my take. So you can get it for $132, but keep in mind the warranty might not be available. But if the drill doesn't break within the first couple of days, it should last for quite a long time. And the battery, the seller claims the battery is actually brand new, and I think it is because I looked at the manufacturing date on the charger, which is like around May of this year. So it's actually quite new. And the battery comes with it, and they all have similar serial numbers. So I take seller's word that this is actually a new pack and not a refurbished pack. And the drill I got also comes with all the instructions, everything's sealed. And that also makes me believe that this drill is brand new, not refurbished. So I'll post the link below if you guys are interested in this drill. And I know the seller also sells a whole bunch of other manufacturers brands like Makita and DeWalt and Milwaukee. So if you are not interested in the Bosch drill, or if you want to compare the price on some other drills that's available, definitely check out the link below. And otherwise, if you guys have any questions about this drill, feel free to comment in the comments section. And that concludes this review. Thank you so much for watching, and take care now.